Welcome back, Writers. Keith Wheeler here. And now we've talked about book marketing promotion before on this channel, and I'm always on the lookout for some great book promotion tips. One tip that we've never really covered though is winning book awards. Well, today I'm excited to be talking with one of the co-founders of Book Award Pro, Jay Jacobson. Jay, along with his partner Hannah, has literally made book awards their business. Let's check out that interview.
Welcome, Jay Jacobson, to the channel. Jay, tell us a little bit about yourself.
First, Keith, thank you so much for having me. I really appreciate it. It's an honor to be part of your channel and to speak to your audience. My name is Jay Jacobson, and I am one of the co-founders of Book Award Pro. There are two of us, and I am the technical guy. Officially, I am the Chief Technology Officer and Chief Strategist for the company, which for a startup, that's a big sounding title. But what that really means is I do all the nerdy stuff, all the code and the algorithms and the things that makes Book Award Pro's technology tick. That's what I do. My background has been in the technology world. Most recently was in information security and vulnerability assessment, which has nothing to do with publishing. And I came to that through being introduced to it by the real founder of Book Award Pro, Hannah. I saw her working on it, and I saw her passion, coming through, and it was infectious. And one thing led to another, and caught the Book Award Pro vibe, if you will, and really fell in love with it.
Awesome. Yeah, and I've had a chance, as you know, to talk to Hannah as well, and yeah, she's great. So, and
Yeah, she sure is.
Definitely infectious as far as when it comes to her love of books and book awards.
Yeah, she brings us this wealth of knowledge about awards and this passion that I've never seen. Sure, plenty of people are passionate about publishing and about books. I've never seen somebody passionate about book awards, right?
Yeah, agreed.
And that's that's Hannah's thing, and it's really interesting and really cool to experience that and kind of, like I said, catch the vibe from her.
Right, absolutely. So, why do authors need book awards?
I think something that you'll learn about me. I'm not the marketing guy. I'm not the sales guy, and so maybe those folks will cringe when I say this. But do authors need book awards? No, I mean, nobody needs anything, other than food, water, and shelter. But can book awards make a tremendous contribution to the success of a book? Can they help a book grow and reach its goals? Absolutely. I think book awards are something that everybody knows about, but it's kind of this messy little corner of the publishing industry that everyone knows about, but nobody quite knows what to make of it and what to do with it. And it's a shame, because awards have such tremendous potential for authors. They give the ability for authors to be able to get their message out. And it doesn't matter whether an author is trying to make a career and make their book their job and make a living at it and sell more books, or whether an author has a charitable cause that they really care about and they're working toward a cause and working toward generating awareness, or whether an author is just simply trying to use their book and to get their message out and to enhance their career. Maybe they're a medical professional, or maybe they're a professional speaker, or some other way where their book enhances what they do for a living or something they care about. In all these cases, book awards are a really almost an untapped opportunity in the mainstream. They're a great opportunity to gain recognition, gain awareness, and get your book out there. Because let's face it, I'll be the first to admit I'm not a marketing and sales guy, and I'd be willing to bet most authors would also say the same about themselves.
That's very true. I know for me, book marketing and promotion are kind of a thorn in my side, if you will. And but yeah, and the one thing is that from what I've found when it comes to book awards is it adds that next level, makes you stand out more than your competition.
That's great.
And a little bit of validity to what you're saying. You must know what you're talking about if you're winning an award for it, right?
Absolutely. I mean, at least, I think validity and recognition are important, even if you're not in this for egotistical reasons. It's still important that what you're saying is being heard, and what you're saying is making an impact and making a difference on somebody enough to speak up and say, this book is important. This book needs to be seen. This book needs to be heard. And just getting that voice out there from other industry professionals, from other people, whether it's librarians or academics who are doing the judging, or whether it's other authors or bookstore owners or whomever it may be. Just getting that voice out there and that recognition and validation, I think, is really important and tremendously valuable.
Agreed. Okay, so tell us about Book Award Pro.
So Book Award Pro, and I'm going to steal a line from Hannah on this one. She likes to say it is technology driven and human given. And what that means is we're not a faceless company that has this magical technology and don't look behind the curtains kind of thing. We're real people, and we put ourselves out there, and we're always accessible and available. We love working with our authors and doing great things. And ultimately, we strive to move the whole industry forward and do great things for authors. But the way that we do it is through technology. So Book Award Pro is a technology-based service that fundamentally helps authors win book awards. And what does that mean is, for authors, it means growing the success of their book. It means capturing those promotional opportunities. It means being able to contribute to their cause. It means getting that validation and recognition to write the next book in the series. It means making a difference in someone's lives who is educated about their book and what they heard, and picked it up and read it, and it changed their life. There's so many things that can happen when a book gains awareness and recognition. And Book Award Pro is a technology-based service to enable authors to tap into that and capture that.
So one of the biggest headaches authors run into is how to promote books. So book marketing promotion, like I said, is kind of like a thorn in my side, at least. So
Sure.
Tell us a little bit about what Book Award Pro calls promotional moments.
I think you're absolutely right, and I'm not cool enough to be an author personally, unless you count a bunch of lines of code as authorship. But that being said, I've worked with a lot of authors, and I spoke with a lot of authors, and I realized that promoting your works and getting the word out there, so to speak, is a huge deal, and it's something that many authors struggle with. And so Book Award Pro calls all of these opportunities to have your book be seen and have your message be heard. We call those promotional moments, and we encourage authors to capture all of the promotional moments that you can. And the promotional moments, we're all about awards, and so we focus on that area, but it has to do with, if there's something new or noteworthy about your book, update your book profile, post it on your author profile, post a note on Goodreads, put it on Twitter, do all of these things to get the message out there. And when it comes to awards, everybody always thinks that being an award-winning author is all that matters. And we argue that is not all that matters. In fact, there's if that's all you look at, you're leaving a whole ton of opportunity untapped. And we believe that there are promotional moments from the very second that you enter your book for its very first award, and continuously all the way through. It might be months later by the time you are an award-winning author or have an award-winning book, because your fan base out there is yearning for something interesting, something to talk about, something to discover, something to learn. And after all, that's why we write, or why you authors write books, not we. I'm not that cool, but why people write books is to share that knowledge, to share those stories. Every story, we say every story is special. We really mean it. There's something out there for everyone, and promotional moments are about being an award-nominated book, an award-nominated author, an award finalist book, an award finalist author, an award-winning book, an award finalist, or an award-winning author. All of these, of course, we want to win awards, but let's not ignore all of the promotional moments that exist all throughout the entire process, because all of those can culminate together to create tremendous value and exposure and success for authors and their works.
No, absolutely. I couldn't agree more. Because that's one thing that when I heard you and Hannah talking on, I think it was Dale's channel,
Yeah,
and and she had mentioned, these promotional moments, and it was like, it never dawned on me that just being nominated, that's something I can, I can tweet about or put on social media, put, on my bio, and then obviously update it when it becomes a finalist or when it becomes, award winning. So those promotional moments were something that really stuck with me, because there are things I never even thought of. And like I said, book marketing, promotion, or, I've gotten kind of good at it over the years, but it's still never, at least for me, it's never fun, and I'm always, the book's not necessarily going to sell itself, as much as we hope it will.
Yes.
So, anytime you have to kind of put, more wood on the fire, if you will, and kind of, get it brought back to people's top of mind, is great. So I love that idea of the promotional moments.
Yeah, I think, we've all fallen into, at one point or another, we've all fallen into the trap of believing if I build it, they will come. And it turns out they will not. But if I promote it, then they have the opportunity to come, right? And promoting and marketing your book and your works is really important. It's a step that, just because you put a cover on it and stick it on a shelf, the world doesn't magically know that it exists.
Exactly.
And you have to give them the opportunity to discover it and the opportunity to love it. And every marketing seems like such a struggle and seems like such a hard thing. And I get it. Like I said, not a marketing guy here, but when you think outside the box a little bit, when you get a little bit creative with how can I, not a marketing person, how can I actually get some of this done? Because in the end, the point isn't to make every author a marketing person. The point is to allow them to get the advantages and leverage the success of having their book marketed and promoted. And there are, some things that everybody can do. You don't have to be an expert to do it. There's some things everybody can do to really leverage those advantages and grow your book and grow your success.
Yeah, excellent points. Excellent points. Are there any genres that Book Award Pro doesn't work with?
We've never met a book that we couldn't work with yet. That being said, we offer a guarantee, and that we like to call that guarantee results or refunds. And that means it's really cut and dry, really that simple. If we cannot find any award opportunities for your book, you get your money back, period, end of story. That being said, we have never had to enforce that policy yet, because we've never met a book that we couldn't find award opportunities for. It's true that there are some genres that perhaps are more difficult to match than others, but there really is something for everyone. There are some books that may be more mainstream and might have a lot more opportunities, but if you write a science fiction Klingon textbook, chances are that the award opportunities are somewhat limited. That being said, I can think of awards right off the top of my head that actually you could enter that book for and actually gain promotional moments and gain opportunities, even if you don't win. That could be an award nominated book tomorrow. There really are opportunities for everything.
Right. That's great. And the other thing is to look at it, on the positive side, is if you happen to be in a niche that is a little bit out of the ordinary, so like that means your competition will be even less. So you have even a better chance of winning.
That's absolutely right. And we, in fact, try to target that. We part of our, now I get to talk about some of the technology stuff. There you go. You're lighting me up here, Keith. So, so part of our algorithms and our technology is to uncover sort of the hidden gems within the niches and the genres and the work types and the hidden corners of opportunity within a book, and be able to match that up with these perhaps underutilized categories and awards that exist out there in the world, to be able to make those connections, to be able to tell a book not just here's a possible opportunity you could pursue, but also to tell an author, here is the one opportunity you need to pursue, you should pursue. We can pinpoint not just something that you could enter, we can actually pinpoint what you're most likely to win at any given moment.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Power of technology.
Can you go over some of the pricing structure?
Yeah. So Book Award Pro has 3 plans. It is a monthly subscription. And the reason it's a monthly subscription is the award landscape changes all the time. The awards that are a fit for your book last month aren't necessarily the same things that are fit for your book this month. Not only are deadlines constantly opening and closing, and awards are constantly changing, different categories or new awards are starting, old awards are closing, but they're also modifying. If we've learned anything from the pandemic over the last year, is that everything changes, right? And so it's been amazing that we've seen deadlines, pull forward and push back, and things change a lot. And so being able to have it's not about getting a big list of here's all the awards you could enter. That big data dump isn't really actionable. It's not really usable, and if anything, it's overwhelming and probably outdated by the time you get to the end of it. What really matters is getting a stream, a flow of fresh information, fresh award opportunities on the regular. So we like to say that when a customer signs up, they can expect 1 or 2 brand new, fresh award opportunities every single week, nonstop throughout their membership. And we have 3 different membership levels, and those line up with perhaps an abstracted 3 steps that one might go through in the process of pursuing awards. The first step that one might go through in pursuing awards is research. Every author knows all about research, right?
Right.
And it's finding the entire universe of book awards, researching them all, finding every possible award out there in the world, getting all the metadata in computer speak, but all the details about every award, and then figuring out, of the thousands and thousands of awards that exist out there in the world, which ones are a potential fit, which ones are my book eligible for, which ones are a good match. Match is the word that we use for my book. And that is our essentials plan. That plan is currently $9 a month. And it pretty much just consistently throughout the month, or over and over, consistently throughout your membership, just feeds you a stream of award opportunities that are fresh, that are new, that warrant your attention. It's not just about bringing you awards that you can enter. It's about giving you the right awards at the right time. The middle plan takes it a step further. So after you've done all the research about this world of awards and found award opportunities that you potentially could pursue, now you need to narrow that down to decide what are the award opportunities you should pursue. Because it's not a shotgun approach. You're not going out there and trying to submit your book for every possible award that it can fit in. Not only is that broad strategy not good for your book marketing, it's also very resource intensive and very expensive. And so it's about finding, if you found, I'm just going to make up a number, if you found 50 award opportunities that are a potential fit for your book, you need to narrow those down into the 5 award opportunities that you're really most likely to win. And our middle tier, we call it the Plus plan. The Plus plan is $59 a month, and that plan takes it a step further. You still get all the same flow of award matches throughout the month, but we take it a step further, and once a month, we do an in-depth analysis on all your award matches and your landscape of awards to figure out what is the one single award that your book is most likely to win right now. And we present that award to you with a nomination kit to actually help you go out and apply for that one award every single month. So you still see all the award matches, you still have the opportunity to pursue any of them you like, but we take it a step further to target the exact one that is most likely for you to win right now. Then our Pro plan is the top tier plan. This is the, as folks like to say, the done for you plan.
Right.
The Pro plan is completely all inclusive, and it takes the Plus plan another step further, where we automate and complete the entire award submission for you completely hands off. In the Pro plan, we also include the award entry fee. So there's no nickel and diming, there's no extra charges, there's no surprise costs. The Pro plan is $189 a month, and that sounds expensive, but remember, it does include the award entry fee, no extra cost for that. And the Pro plan not only, again, do you get all of the award matches throughout your membership, every single month we target your one best opportunity to win. We prepare a professional nomination kit, just like the Plus plan. And then in the Pro plan, we actually complete the award submission for you. We pay the entry fee for you. And we apply our technology to know how to position your book best to each given award. For example, some award panels, they don't want to see a nomination letter. They want just the book and leave me alone. And we know that, and we're able to make your book attractive to them by presenting it to them in the way that they like to see it. Other places, they love a nomination letter. They love a high-touch kind of approach. And for them, we have additional entry materials and things that we provide when we submit your book. Some awards, we know, their judges best receive awards on Tuesdays, and so we know when to submit, again, to make your book stand out from all the other entrants, and really to position you best among all of the other submissions. And that's our Pro plan.
So you were talking earlier about metadata.
Yeah.
Do you keep any of the book's metadata on, like, any kind of servers or anything on your end?
Directly, yes. Yes, we do. We don't keep any payment information. That's all done through a PCI compliant payment processor. But the metadata for the books themselves, yes, we do. We need that metadata in order to constantly find the right matches for a book, in order to constantly keep the matches fresh and the award opportunities fresh. We also need it, if somebody is a Plus plan customer, we need it to prepare that nomination kit for them. Things like their book cover image is embedded in, looks really pretty on a nomination letter sometimes. And then if somebody's a Pro plan customer, we need some of the book metadata in order to complete their award submission on their behalf. So again, the answer, yes, we do. However, I have, I mentioned earlier, part of my background was in information security and vulnerability assessment. I get privacy. I'm a weirdo about that. I totally get it and I understand it. And upon immediate request, we are happy to purge metadata for any customer at any time, with the stipulations that if you ask us to purge the data, we may not be able to continue providing the service you're paying us for. Right. But we're happy to purge metadata at any time. And we do, in fact, have the ability built in to purge permanently, completely, and indiscriminately to get rid of everything.
Okay. And when someone cancels their membership, like when they're completely done,
yes,
does that get everything get removed, or does it stay on there unless we ask otherwise?
The default setting right now is that it does stay, because we have times where an author will sign up for us for a few months, and then they'll cancel the membership, and then they'll come back a few months later, maybe with a second book. Maybe they're leading into a promotional time for their existing book. Maybe they want to promote a holiday book around the holiday time, and so they'll restart their service in the fall, things like that. So the default is we do preserve that information when a subscription is canceled, because we do find that people come back and reactivate, and we don't want them to have to go through the hassle of completely redoing everything from scratch. Again, though, I'll reiterate, we're happy to purge at any time for anybody immediately upon request.
Is there a certain number of months that I have to become a member in order to win or an award?
So it's important to keep in mind that awards are, we like to say, they're a marathon, not a sprint. It is not unheard of for example, for a book to win an award pre-publication. It's not unheard of for a book to win an award within the first month or two of being a member. That being said, unheard of is a different thing than common. None of those scenarios are common. Generally, we recommend that somebody, if I was to recommend somebody, just to get their head around it, what would I recommend as far as the time frame? I think people should be thinking in the 6-month time frame, give or take a couple. And the reason being is, like I said, awards are a marathon, not a sprint. From the time that, even if I were to target your perfect award right now today and get you submitted, we still have to wait for the contest to close. Maybe they don't close until the end of the year. And then we have to wait for them to compile all their entries. And then we have to allow contests to do, time to read the books and do their judging. And then they have to, analyze the input from the different judges to pick winners. And then they have to announce the winners. It might be summertime, it might be 6 months later before you actually see the results of today's submission. Some contests are far more rapid and proactive. Some take a far more laid back approach, if you will. So that's another factor, again, that we can target on. That's another factor that our customers have the ability to fast track awards and have us target awards that are closing soon and announcing winners soon to generate results sooner versus perhaps awards that aren't going to announce for 6 months. So that's the answer to the question. But I'd also like to clarify that once we do an award submission, whether or not you maintain or remain a Book Award Pro customer, you don't have to be a customer and have an active membership at the time the award announces in order for you to win. It's not like if you cancel your service with us and then next month the award announces winners, it's not like your win is nullified or anything like that.
We'll never know.
Right, you're still an award-winning author. You still have an award-winning book. You still get all the benefits and value that comes from that. And of course, we'd love that we can win additional awards and that we can gain additional value for your book. But we believe that authors are business owners. We believe that your book is your business, whether you know you're a business owner or not.
Right.
Your book is your business, and you want to make it successful. And you know what's best for your business, and we respect that. None of our plans have any long-term contracts or anything like that. Any customers are free to cancel at any time. We hope you won't, but nobody's held. There's no penalties. Nobody's held to the fire. Something I've learned about marketing and promotion is that being fresh is really important. And so having something new to talk about on the regular makes a tremendous difference to how well marketing and promotional messages are received and how much traction they get. And so with a monthly ongoing service, we try to set up our customers for always having something fresh to talk about, always having something new to post and discuss. And I'd also like to point out, it's never too late to start. We have worked with books that were published a decade ago. I'm not joking. I mean, we've really worked with books that they were published a decade ago, and we're still finding award opportunities and matches for them. It is true that the closer to your publication date you are, the fresher your book is, the more award opportunities there are. But something I was surprised about to learn is that just because your book is 5 years old or something like that, and you want to try to breathe some new life into it, or give it a go with the work that you've created, it's not too late.
That's good to know, because I know there's some people out there that they may have that one book that they published, and maybe they didn't have the discretionary funds then to do any kind of real promotion, and so they want to, like you said, breathe more life into it. And so that's a great thing to know. And one thing that I wanted to make sure that the viewers know is, when we talk about book awards, we're not just talking about like some obscure book awards that you've never heard of. I'd heard you mention either you or Hannah in a previous interview, you guys do like Pulitzer awards and stuff like that. So
that's absolutely right. I forget I hate to misspeak and I forget the exact number, but I want to say 5 of our authors are Pulitzer Prize nominated now. Book Award Pro was involved in helping 5 of our authors become Pulitzer Prize nominated. And again, talk about a huge promotional moment. The award Pulitzer they have not actually announced the winners yet. That's going to be coming in, I believe it's early summer.
Okay.
So fingers crossed that there will be a win in there for a Book Award Pro customer, or all of them, even better. But even until then, that's a great example of the promotional moments. Look at all the months between submission. I think it was a month or so ago in fall, and then all the months between submission and the award announcing winners. They're still Pulitzer nominated, right? I mean, that's right. That sounds pretty darn cool, right?
Yeah, and it does, absolutely.
Even just having your book entered into that contest, that makes a great promotional moment to get the word out about your book. And I'd also like to add that it is true that there's a lot of big awards, the National Book Award and Pulitzer and Benjamin Franklin and some of these really, big prestigious awards. That's not to say that these small awards are useless.
No, absolutely.
I'd really like to point out that these, a lot of these small awards bring a ton of value and a ton of recognition, because if I've gotten, I'm just hypothetically, if I've got an award seal on a book, I got a gold seal there. By the time a customer picks it up, I'm standing in the bookstore and I pick up that book and I'm holding it in my hands and I'm looking at it. If that seal is what caused me to reach out and grab that book off the shelf and hold it, when I was doing that, I didn't read the seal until it's in my hands. But at this point, the book's already in my hands. And if it's in my hands, I'm going to crack open the cover. I'm going to look at the back. I'm going to read it. And at this point, it's done its job. It has introduced that person to your book. And those small awards can have a huge, huge impact for an author's promotion opportunities.
Absolutely. Well, I mean, and let's be honest, there's only a handful of really big awards that everybody knows about. And so if you only focused on the big ones, you're leaving so much more opportunities on the table. So no, the smaller, less known, that doesn't detract from the importance of them. Absolutely.
Thank you. Yeah. Thank you for recognizing it. It's really important. And some of these small awards, sometimes it's an author who's found some success with his book. And now, just really loves being an author, really loves that community and wants to give back and wants to do something great for authors. And so has started this small award to help other authors gain recognition. And that's just because it's not a big award doesn't mean that cause isn't noble and the value isn't real.
Right. I mean, and indie authors, self-published authors, if anybody else should understand that, because, we run into this when it comes to being traditionally published, where, people, a lot of people will look down on being self-published, and being self-published doesn't mean it's lesser quality. It's just a different way of doing it. So absolutely. I mean, I'm always, not only support self-published authors, but, the smaller award programs and the smaller publishing houses, they all offer so much for this, our industry in general. So
that whole notion that self-published books are of lesser quality, that's such an antiquated, dinosaur way of thinking that, I like to think that maybe 20 years ago, that might have been a significant hurdle. These days, I like to think that, most people have come along to realize that's not the case. Self-published books are no more or less likely to be of quality than any other publishing medium. It's about the author, not the imprint.
Agreed. Yeah. The reason why I wanted to make sure that I pointed out the whole Pulitzer is not so much, because, I mean, it is a big deal. I mean, but I mean, what most authors, whether self-published or even traditionally published authors, wouldn't even know where to start to sign up for an award for the Pulitzer. And yet, then you've got Book Award Pro, and they're like, well, it fits. Like your book qualifies. Let's try it.
Yeah, it wasn't even, with our customers, they didn't have to go out and figure that out. We actually notified them, this is a good opportunity for you. Or if they were a Plus or a Pro Plan customer, we actually notified them, congratulations, you're a Pulitzer nominated author, and that's, they hear it from us, not, they don't have to go through the hassle of, wondering, figuring out and putting the pieces together. That's the value that we bring to the table, and we love it.
Yeah, that's great. That's great. So what I'm going to do, so the viewers know, is I absolutely fell in love with the idea of Book Award Pro. And so I'm going to actually challenge you guys and see and see what we can come up with. I'm going to do the Pro plan,
okay.
and we're going to see what we can do with my book. This is the first book in my series. I've got like 4 of them in there, the My Buddy Knows Letters series, and we're gonna see what we can do. What we can get nominated for, hopefully win.
Yep.
And for the viewers, what I'm going to do is I'm going to have another video where I'm going to show you how to go in and set up how to sign up, how to set up your book, I know that the sign up is super easy and super quick. The actually putting your books in is going to take a few extra steps because they want to get to know about you and about the book. Is that accurate to say, Jay?
Yeah, I would say that the process of creating your Book Award Pro account is about 2 minutes tops, if that, and that's if your internet connection is slow. But the completing the setup involves what we call an author interview and a book interview. Admittedly, that sounds a little more in Texas we say highfalutin than it really is. But it's essentially a form that allows our system to know a little bit more about you as an author and a little bit more about your work. And by doing that, we're able to best create those ideal award opportunities for you. And completing the author interview and the book interview form, it takes about 10 to 20 minutes, depending on how much like your book description, and do you already have a PDF copy of your book that you can upload? Do you have a nice JPEG of your cover? Do you have an author bio that you can copy and paste? If you got all that, you're probably looking at on the 10-minute side. If you're writing it from scratch, maybe 20 minutes. But hey, you're a writer.
Exactly. Well, I mean, and 10, 20 minutes compared to how long it would take just to research some of the awards is just a drop in the bucket.
And that's just a one-time setup. I mean, once it's done, and your profiles are set, and we're good to go forever.
Awesome. So if anybody is interested in signing up or checking out more on Book Award Pro, I'm going to have a link down in the description below. How can people get a hold of you and Book Award Pro on the web?
Yeah, so please check out the website. Use Keith's link to come and visit us. We always want to give credit where credit is due. That's important. The online, you can find us on social media. You can find us on Twitter and Instagram and Facebook and LinkedIn. And a lot of people think LinkedIn, that's a weird place to go and promote. But again, authors are business owners. Whether you know it or not, you are a business owner. Your book is your business. It's important to have a professional aspect to that and take it seriously. But from the About Us page on our website, there's a contact form. We'd love to hear feedback from people. We love to have you message us. And I'll even say, the best way to, just shoot us a message right now is email team@bookawardpro.com. And that one magic email address will go to everybody. That goes to me, it goes to Hannah, it goes to Jordan and Lauren and anybody else on the Book Award Pro team. It goes straight to everybody. And so you can reach out and contact all of us at once, and we love to hear from anybody.
Great. Well, thanks so much, Jay, for being on the channel. I greatly appreciate it. And for everybody else, I'm going to have another video where I show you guys how to sign up for Book Award Pro.
We're looking forward to the challenge, Keith. Thank you.
Absolutely.
Now I want to give another huge thank you to Jay for taking time out of his busy schedule to chat with me. And again, if you want to learn more about Book Award Pro or check it out for yourself, you can head on over to my affiliate link at kwheelerbooks.com/bookawardpro. Now remember that affiliate links help out the channel, but never affect the price that you actually have to pay for services. Now, if you're looking for even more book marketing tips, then check out this video right here, where I share with you over a dozen book marketing and promotion tips and ideas that'll hopefully help you start selling more books. Or you can check out this video that YouTube chose just for you. I'll catch you in the next video, and remember to write right.